Yeah, date of the wedding venue, meetings.
Running price.
Oh, you? Yeah. Get 3 daughters, yeah. Keep mine, my brother's like, this is what that's
Okay, sir. Yeah, right. Oh, you're doing it by phone? Oh, yeah. It's not. It's not even big. I'm having a table. We'll call our meeting to order with a pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Roll call, Robert Bay's here, Michael Fritz is here, Greg Long's here, Allison's here, Susan's here, Dave Eggert is not here, the wedding planner. Steve Bibles here, Barry the mayor's here, Ty's here, borough engineer, Reverend Michael is here, Ward is here, Jones here, Derek the roadmaster is here. The minutes, council minutes are from the February 9th, 2023. Is there any additions, corrections, clarifications? Could the minutes be accepted as presented?
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Approval of payment of bills. Before you see payment of bills out of the general fund, $73,366.73. Sewer fund, $13,507.01. Fire tax, $293. And liquid fuels fund, $2,750. Is there any questions about the payment of the bills? I'm sorry.
I messed that up here. It's liquid fuels was the
$293.
and
Fire tax is $2,750.
Yeah.
So we'll, so the agenda is incorrect, but the treasurer's report is correct.
Yeah, well, I made it last minute change.
Hey, it's for the postal service, $700. That for the whole year? A bulk?
The $700 should cover 2 to 3 mailings. Because the postage has gone up a lot. And that way, and they want the money up front, and it's too complicated. Too complicated to pay it online, and you have to go to 2 different locations. Okay, gotta go to one place to pay, one place to drop off.
Is there any other questions about bills? Is there a motion to approve the payment of bills from the 4 separate accounts as presented?
I move we approve the payment of bills.
Motion been moved and seconded to pay the bills as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. We'll have approval of the treasurer's report before you see the general fund, $279,873.31. Total cash available in reserve, $106,621.27. Total cash available in the fire tax fund, $1,986.48. Total cash available in the sewer fund account, $129,510.97. And total cash available in liquid fuel account, $223,638.26.
I'll move we accept the consolidated treasurer's report for audit. Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded to accept the treasurer's report for audit. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Presentation. Chief, you have the floor.
Don't really have much. I sent Susan my report for the annual report. We didn't do this last year because of COVID and the financials.
That's everybody.
It's pretty cut and dry. If anybody has any questions, I'm here to entertain them. The only other request I have from the board is, as you may know, that it's in the report that we put an order in for a new tractor door and ladder truck. So I'm asking the board's permission to do a one-time capital campaign drive in the borough of St. Lawrence. The funds that will be donated, if any are donated by the residents, will be matched by a donor. I spoke to Chief Bickens, my third county fire department, and they said they have no problem with that.
I don't, counsel, I don't think you know a problem. One thing I may ask is if you have some sort of wording that there are contributions from St. Lawrence Borough to cover services under a contract agreement, just so I'm fearful that someone old like my mother used to be would read that and say, you know, she wouldn't connect and some of her tax dollars are already paying for certain things.
Right.
So, yeah, so, you know,
obviously.
so, and, you know, we have no jurisdiction on what you want to ask for anybody in the borough, like anybody, basically. So does that sound okay, or am I being fanatical?
I haven't contacted any companies yet. So I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be dealing with the company.
Yeah.
Of the treasurers for now, but I'll let you guys see the copy of the letter because
And from my point of view, you know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I know. To do that. Does Mount Penn and Alice's both also, you know, contribute to it. So we just want to make sure that, you know, everybody understands this is not going to be a yearly thing. This is a one time, you know, we're going to try to get 30 years out of this ladder.
So you're going to look for a brand new one? What's a rear drawn tractor aerial now cost?
About 1.5.
Woo, I was gonna guess one, I'm guess I'm out of my.
We probably believe it or not, it was one.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
and then by the time you put in an order, what is that delivery, like 2 years? Is it,
About 2 years.
yeah. Unbelievable,
Yeah, but spring 2024,
yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, if anybody has any questions, other than I don't want to take up anybody's, just put it cut and dry.
We're good, thanks so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for all your service to the borough. Many people.
Did we get any input from anybody on Zoom for questions? As typical? Okay, we'll move on. Consultants report, borough engineer, you're on.
Unless anybody has any comments from my report, I have nothing to do.
Anyone on council have any questions?
Pretty much as long as it was.
Yeah, I don't think I wasn't gonna make that comment, but it's an observation, others can make. If there's no questions, we'll go to our solicitor.
Same here, everything's been quiet here, just answered questions if they came up.
Outstanding. Mayor, we welcome you back, and of course, we're patiently awaiting your report.
It's going to be brief. As you know, I'm responsible to keep a little watch on what happens with police activity wise. And things are all well in the borough. The Central Berks Chief's report for February 2023 shows that the department received 119 calls concerning the St. Lawrence Borough. 57 of those calls were handled by the patrol officers. 32 of them dealt with motor vehicle warnings and citations. It's usually the bulk of let's say it just stops, patrol calls within the borough.
Yeah, they're on St. Lawrence Avenue quite a bit.
Most of the in addition to these warnings, were in addition to their regular patrol duties. And I'd like to just submit this brief report to be included in this meeting's minutes.
So noted.
Thank you very much.
Department, any other record of borough zoning, code enforcement?
Letters to go out.
Four letters, like 4 total? Okay.
Zoning, there's stuff in review. There will be a zoning board hearing on May 2nd. Yes, and Ty and I will be hearing last month.
Is that it?
Potential for next month for a conditional use hearing, you'll get to that later, where there's a motion to authorize advertising. They have until next Wednesday to get their applications in.
And this is the bacon jam guy?
It's the bacon jam guy.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we call. So the question then becomes, do you want to have the hearing at 8 o'clock like we discussed doing the other one? So we get the meeting started, put the bulk of everything through and then do that, or do you want to start early? And who can make early?
It's council thing, you know, I'm sort of good for an 8 o'clock start where we can punch through a lot of the normal stuff. And then, you know,
Take a break, yeah.
stop, we can recess or finish our meeting and then move into conditional use and then come back out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that way no one has to come in any earlier and before it gets it.
Yeah, because John kind of needed to know.
Is that?
So now you know.
Needed to know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
if this is advertised, if you get the application.
Yeah, so it'll be at 8 o'clock, you know, either at the end or in a pause part of our normal meeting. Public Works Safety Roadmaster, what's new?
My public works report is attached. A couple of things of note, 562 contract with PennDOT has resumed. They're going back to ADA ramp installs. You see right across Brookbox Street and Walnut Street, they started doing the tear outs. I did speak with Alan Myers today. They're actually planning to be ahead of schedule with paving. They're gonna try to start paving mid-April. So they're planning on being done by the first week of May.
Is that because the weather's been so good on their other projects, they can start earlier?
I think that's anticipation, but I'll be curious to see how the temperatures go since winter seems to be starting now.
This is an order.
Yeah, it's milling over.
But they start up at McDonald's and work.
It's
That
all the way
way.
down to Noosa, this segment.
Yeah.
I did get a complaint, I didn't call you because it looks like it's included in the one call. If you're standing on Elm Street looking across 562, there's a section of sidewalk, there's, a man and woman, they walk their dog, and they claim that there's a bad section of sidewalk, there's a standalone home.
That's Mr. Raptors.
I'm thinking of it. And it looks like that piece of sidewalk may be included in the one call.
It could be, I don't know, I wanted to talk to
It's
them about
bad.
that when they come through there, because there's a section there that years ago, I don't know if it got damaged. Mr. Raptor is not there, so that
That
probably,
explains the condition of the property.
yeah. So I don't know if anyone would actually take care of that or not, but I wanna see if Alan Myers can see an extra slab in there to take care of it.
Yeah, and they usually walk around dusk, that's the hard part about it, and I have them folks, and I was out taking the trash out a couple weeks ago, and they mentioned something.
They'll be springing forward here in a couple of days, so.
So I'll see if I can't work in an extra slab down there. I mean, it's, if they're
But if
already.
you look at the white marks, it looks like it might be good, I didn't stop, but in looking at it, it might be, because there's a manhole cover there,
Yeah,
and that's incorporated in the sidewalk, and I don't know if it's sank around it.
see, I know the manholes all along the avenue are all the same grade, and then it's the slab
This is the
next
water.
to that, yeah, that's the one that's,
Yeah,
Is that our sewer manhole?
that's our sewer. But our sewer manhole and that sidewalk right there is all the same plane with the rest of the sidewalk, it's like the next slab over. And that's a great difference.
Would you rather have them pour that, or you go back and pour that sometime later?
oh,
I say, it's best to have it all done at one time.
So, but if we, if they don't, or, if they don't see fit to suddenly find enough extra concrete on the truck to do that.
there's always this.
I know, I'm just telling you, I'm just laying this out. What type of contractual agreement would we cut with them? Could we cut a PO with them for X amount of dollars?
We already provided them with water, so I don't feel it
Oh, there is a
necessary.
second thing with this, so. Now.
I don't feel it necessary to,
Maybe a pizza,
Yeah,
yeah,
throw a pizza.
from a pizza,
Okay.
put your outrigger on it.
Well, I'll quit asking questions and we'll move forward. Okay, that's what it's.
Before we move on, two other things.
Yeah.
Second thing with the project with PennDOT, Alan Myers reached out to me asking if they were allowed to stage equipment up on Jackson Avenue at the stub on the side of the street. We had allowed that before for PA American when they did the water main. I just want to make sure there's no issues that came from that previously that would cause me to say no now.
Does anybody actually use that back there? Is there a couple
There's a
garages or
parking
something?
lot.
Yeah, I mean, but
No.
that's stuff.
No.
No, yeah, it's dead end.
that's correct.
Yeah.
The little subsection you sort of.
Yeah.
I remember when they used that.
Yeah.
No problem.
We,
Yeah, they used to park trailers and stuff there, but they're no longer doing that.
Yeah, I know when PA American was there, I made sure that if they did any running, that was fixed. Now coincidentally, Service Electric was in there and they're the one that did damage, but I think that was corrected since. And then the second thing I wanted to discuss with council was down on Prospect Street, right next to Exeter Supply, we have a stormwater area that has a Japanese knotweed growing. Now, in the packet you guys have, there's a thing from the Minnesota extension for Japanese knotweed. One of the recommended removal methods is controlled burn, which conveniently now 10 the fire company is here.
You got a job to do.
So I wanted to see if it would.
This is like one of those little propane tanks with the nozzle on the end type of burn.
We burn.
we haven't.
Weed burn.
It's not yours.
They didn't gather it.
The extras. Yeah,
I don't know.
it is very invasive.
Yeah, and it's,
You see the long highway,
Yeah,
it's
one of
getting
the-
big and.
they're very.
Will you be able to do that with one tank of propane in the weed burner nozzle?
I never tried to burn any.
So you spray a little diesel on it first.
No,
Not gasoline, but the
I don't know about the
no,
heating.
That-
oil. Heating. oil.
quarter channel.
Yes.
Anyway,
Disregard that.
yeah.
No.
Get rid of it.
Okay, sounds like we're good to go.
check it out.
Say it's a small section, I would say it's about 20 by 50, maybe 75 feet is the area that has Japanese. And the rest behind that's primarily just wildflowers. Naturally grown.
Burn permit?
I think
Okay,
technically,
it's approved.
yeah, I think technically we had to agree to a resolution that there'll be no burning in the borough in order to be part of the grant for the,
Purposes.
yeah.
And
But this is,
screening for fire company.
but this is more, maintenance of a,
Is that-
storm channel or, yeah.
One other option is, Penn State Extension, they know about not knowing how to treat it and stuff. They may have another suggestion there, it can be done.
I'm sorry. Well, if it gets out of control, there'll be a call anyway. We don't have to donate anyway.
There's no chemical treatment that we
Right.
could do there, because it is the stormwater.
I'm sure I could find something if we needed it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it's dry, it should.
They don't even want you
Go
to
up.
transport it somewhere to burn it, because if one
If
was.
a small fragment drops off, it can create a.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, very invasive. Pretty invasive.
If we bring other noxious weeds up here for you to identify, would you do like, 9 out of 10? How did you know this was Japanese knotweed?
Conveniently, this was also at my fiance's father's house, so
Oh.
I identified this before.
Gotcha.
He carried it over
Any other helpful hints, Council? We'll move on. Finance, anything new? Manager, anything new?
The tax bills went out and payments have started to come in yet. It just started coming in. Any kind of extra money we have, we are putting it into Fliggett because they're up at 4.5% interest.
And here's there's like some cryptocurrency.
No cryptocurrency, no.
Shiba coins.
Go to committee, emergency management day's not here, we'll move on, library, anything good for the library? Municipal lands, anything besides, no, go ahead.
The last meeting, we talked about the hunting, and Joan did go and put together some stuff on a for a possible ordinance. And it circulated among a couple of us. Do you have any more to say about that?
I mean, you have the hunting ordinances, the sample ordinances that I had given to you.
So, I would like to continue with trying to get that through and get that taken care of.
So you wanna try to have a draft by the next meeting?
Well, I think, Joan,
If you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like me to refine a draft, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
That'd be good.
Okay. I'll come first for you.
You got my comment about the stands also?
Yes, I did, yes.
Total, pretty good?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Recreation, anything new?
The eggplant is gonna be a good project.
It's,
Miracle Sun.
with or without snow?
Whether rain, snow, sleet or hail.
All right,
Almost.
is there like a newsletter coming out before April 7th?
As soon as I write it,
Huh?
as soon as I write it,
Okay.
that's on the list of things to get done.
Award, are you gonna
Yes, I'll do another hike.
Do you have any dates for
I
it?
haven't, what's it?
I will get in touch with you tomorrow
Okay,
for an April, because we'll put it in the newsletter. or something.
for April, yeah.
Move on, planning commission, anything new?
Planning Commission will be meeting this month. They will review Bacon Jam Guide. They have, preliminary for the Molnar, and there's a wireless ordinance, that thing. Small communicate wireless. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
That one.
there.
Right, that has to do with the rights of way, and you're seeing installation of these systems, all over the place within the rights of way, so this is a regulation that's required to be adopted.
So Roadmaster, are you pretty confident that that building where the Bacon Jam potential occupant is gonna be actually has 3 laterals?
Yeah, I verified that on the Mr. Rehab televising. They have 3 laterals that go in that property. I can't guarantee if all 3 are in use. 2 of them are within 30 feet of each other down on the west side of the property.
Yeah, I'm probably just giving heads up. I think it's in our best interest, especially with the industrial, I don't know if that's the right term, the commercial kitchen type facility, that they only have 1 discharge into the sanitary system, because they're gonna have some sort of grease trap and everything like that. And what I've seen before, years ago, when you have a grease trap at one place, and you have to maintain it, you just dump it in other places. So I think it'd be better if we somehow make that part of conditional use. Oh, down here where the rental guy was gonna be, plywood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Only jump like
And in our agreement with PA American, like it was with Exeter, anybody that has that type of facility, like restaurants, you know, sandwich shops, McDonald's, etc., they're supposed to have an industrial discharge permit. But PA American hasn't really leaned on us, asking us what our industrial permit sampling and all that is going to be. So we may revamp some of that up where we had, for a long period of time, we quit doing it quarterly because the same people, we gave them like a month's notice, they would go clean the grease trap, and then everybody was in compliance. So we let it go year by year, and that seemed to work. But we may have to reestablish our sampling prior to this facility going in, or else it's going to look like we're targeting someone. So we may have that ramped back up. And in general, whoever has the pipe ending up into the body of water has the permit, and then anybody upstream, all those permits are tied to industrial users. And then whoever we're both industrial discharger to PA American, then that cascades down to us that we're supposed to have a program to do all that stuff too. That's where it's sort of all coming about. So, and the zoning and hearing board, was there anything new on that?
May 2nd, and that's the Bacon Jam guy, that he should be appearing before planning commission this month to go through and get kind of laid out everything he should be addressing the council, so that it goes, he'll know what he has to answer.
Any general comments from anyone? We're in the public meetings and announcements. All public meetings of the St. Lawrence Borough Hall, including council meetings, on April 13th at 7:30 p.m. Borough office will close on April 7th.
Good Friday.
And statements of financial interest are due by May 1st for last year's activities.
Yes.
Correct. Old business, we had tabled the reestablishment of the Exeter Township Fire Advisory Board. Are they revved up at all, or just in name only? They sort of appointed people and everything. Okay, keep it on there. Just we'll see what happens.
Well, can't take it off till you untable it.
Any new business? Motion to authorize advertising of the conditional use hearing at the April 13th council meeting. So I guess we need a motion, and we had discussed earlier to have that around 8 o'clock. Where we'll have our normal meeting at 7:30. We'll either end or interrupt to have that conditional use hearing. So is there a motion as such?
I'll make the motion to have a conditional use hearing on April 13th at 8 o'clock.
Authorized advertisement.
And authorize advertising.
Also, second. Motion's been made and seconded to authorize an advertising of a conditional use hearing April 13th at 8 p.m. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Any other business or action items, or is there a motion to adjourn?
Just one thing, you want to mention something about the letter that you and I received concerning Xfinity?
Well, we received a letter from Xfinity wanting to set up a store disguised as a little carnival type thing with food and a bouncy house to sell Comcast to the residents. And I declined their offer, saying that we don't allow our public lands to be used for commercial purposes.
Where was this at?
So I think they wanted to use like the parking lot,
Back
Yeah.
and they were gonna have sort of,
They have a.
attractions that would draw family types, I guess. And then while you were there, there'd be some literature, sign up sheets. Oh,
Store.
oh, a school.
Store.
So you get that, they would actually
No novelty.
sell you that phone right here and there. huh?
Not phone, they're.
Oh, they held my wireless.
Yeah,
She later made a references to a good location to have.
I did tell them that they should contact Berks Catholic or the Allen.
They can go down to the stadium very easily, you know,
Yeah, but if they want to.
squeeze some money out of them, you know.
Oh. Yes, not to squeeze money, but April 11th is the meeting at the country club with the county planning commission and Amity, Douglas, Exeter, Lower Alsace, Mount Penn, and us as a grouping of people and the joint comp plan.
I would say probably 10 years ago, we were part of a joint comp plan with Exeter and,
Like 15
yeah,
years ago.
and Amity and us, and you know, it very little of it applies to us because we're sort of so constrained, nothing can be built out, but it's more important to them and why it has to be more than one municipality, I still don't understand, except that helps. If you have something that you're like a drive-in theater, they don't have to have it in theirs or something.
Or
So-
a adult bookstore or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. You could-
Drive-in theater.
Yeah.
So, I think it sort of died off the last couple of years. And then, Troy down at over at, Amity asked if we wanted to be in, and I didn't really see a big advantage to it, but sort of said, if you're in Troy and you need somebody, we'll be in, you know.
And Douglas has expressed interest to be in, and the county is meeting with all the municipalities in Berks County and April 11th at 5 something at the Reading Country Club. They're providing a meal, so hoping to get people there. As soon as I get more details, which it's not that far away, I think it's kind of open to council people.
Yeah, so anybody would like to go, I don't know, you sat in some of those years ago, I know I sat in, if you really want a boring night, go to those things. But I'm gonna suggest, be careful, we get more than 3 people at a meeting, you know, we sort of have to advertise it, so if you wanna coordinate with Allison, because we can force her to go, for sure, you know, and then if nobody else wants to go, you know.
This is considered an information session.
Really?
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
You're not deliberating again.
Yeah, there's no chance of a vote or anything like that.
Oh, I thought if you would just got together and talked about anything concerning, oh, I'm gonna have to go look at my.
Senior Sunshine Act is an exception for conferences and instruction sessions by government over just this type of thing. So you can have more than a quorum room, you don't have to advertise.
It's got the appearance of a potential meeting when you got the 3 or 4 municipalities get together that they're gonna come up with a plan. Anyway, so there goes,
Be up with a plan, create a plan.
yeah. So, just coordinate with Allison so that we get a total head count and meals and stuff like
As soon
that.
as I get solid information from them, I will. get-
Email it out there, buddy. Anything else? The motion to adjourn. Motion moved and second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Not quite a record.
Yeah,
I caught the point.
this would almost be Joffrey crowded as pink shorts as one of these short meetings.
But there's a hearing in, from you.